U.S. intelligence agency, mind control.
Let's take a look.
It's November 10th, 2008. Obama just won an election, and he travels to the White House to meet with the outgoing president, George Bush. In that meeting, Bush told Obama about a top-secret weapon that the U.S. military had been developing with Israel since 2005, codenamed Project Olympic Games. This weapon was
Sorry,
intended
Hasan,
to
I
hit
didn't mean
one
to
of
cover you.
Iran's most fortified nuclear facilities, buried deep underground, where centrifuges spin uranium to enrich it for use as energy.
Why are you
or
not paying attention,
enough
Hasan?
spinning to
Bloody
be
hell.
used in a nuclear weapon.
Always
Oh,
not
see.
paying attention.
You know, he's turning it up.
But this secret weapon wasn't a missile. They weren't planning an airstrike. Instead, it was a computer file, less than a megabyte in size.
Whoa.
150,000 lines of pristine code. This
Hasan, are you listening?
the president
Like
had
Inception.
to tell Obama about. This little file had been planted in Iran
Hasan, why are you not listening?
throughout the whole country. But it didn't do anything.
This is what
It
he
lay
doing, man.
dormant until it found its
Bro, what
way
are you
into a
doing?
flash drive.
This is
that
what
was
he
then
does. He thinks he
plugged
can
in
put
at
on
this
a Johnny
underground
Harris
nuclear
video,
facility.
and that allows him to eat his din-din.
Yeah.
And then it spread.
And he's not even, you
finding
know,
its way
he
to
can't
its-
even hear us. He's
He doesn't have
completely
headphones
muted us.
Hassan,
I
your
mean,
headphones
he
aren't
can't even
on.
hear us.
Started working.
Hassan, your headphones aren't on.
He
Come on,
reprogramming
dude.
Software to very
We're
subtly
recording. Come on.
delicate spinning centrifuges.
Get your fingers out of your
Happy
mouth.
video is really just an Iran bad video in disguise. Fucking love that.
Opening a valve to change the pressure,
Mm-hmm.
telling the centrifuge to spin a bit
The
faster
entire video is
or
just
a
an
bit
Iran
slower,
bad video in disguise.
all while telling the technicians that everything was working properly. Over time, these subtle manipulations.
I just remembered I had a
destroyed
gag
these centrifuges.
for this.
This was one of several weapons that the U.S. had
I have to
planted
pull
in
it up
Iran
now.
using sophisticated computer code.
So,
Uh-huh.
serious
Go
question,
ahead.
but like, what happens when Iran does this to us? Then it's bad, right?
What's up,
like,
Greg? And welcome.
I-
They
They're
do.
already doing this to us, Hasan. China as well. Russia. Probably every country. France, Germany,
Iran has done
UK.
tons of cyber attacks here.
Yeah. What are you doing, man? Come on. Are you not even listening to us?
I suspect. Yeah, Danny did a TikToker. Danny did a bit
Who's
on
Danny?
the TikToker digging
Yeah,
tunnel,
who's
as
Danny?
you guys know.
Oh, we're talking
Digging
about a
towards the
totally
earth, the
different
tunnel.
video. Oh, okay, Hassan.
So very excited about that. It'll be super bad. That's also assuming it already hasn't happened.
Now he's reading
There
chat.
have been
He's just
instances
ignoring us.
of Iran doing
It's so
similar
rude. He invites us on and he's just ignoring us.
dropping.
Honestly.
Didn't they literally drop USBs at a conference where like American high-level diplomats were at, or at a
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
or something? And then they literally got access to a whole bunch of.
Yeah, politicians
Get your
are stupid,
fingers out of
man.
your mouth.
Come on, man. You're mid-sentence. At least when I do it, I'm not talking.
War broke out with Iran. The U.S. could turn off their power, could turn off their military defense systems, making it so they couldn't shoot down planes. They could turn off their command and control systems so they couldn't talk to each other during the fight. This was a real war plan executed by thousands of American military personnel. Hundreds of
Not the same for America, but that is an impressive piece of programming. It is, but it's also kind
Is
of
it?
terrifying at the same time.
It's just a worm.
Yeah.
They do. In fact, all nations have
Pretty
advanced.
standard.
Groups
The
that
only
are
reason
tracked.
this
Here
was
are
bad
some
is
more
because
from
the
Iran.
government made it and they didn't tell
millions of
Microsoft
dollars
about
in
it.
a cyber operation that would, quote,
Iran has done almost the same thing Johnny Harris is talking about, but they did it to a Saudi oil company. The software turned off all safety systems in Saudi Aramco. Yeah, that's part of the reason why you can't really go to war with Iran is not necessarily that like it won't be like this is why I was talking about how a war with Iran would be devastating to the global economy is because they're very close to Saudi Arabia in proximity, okay?
And?
Okay.
So if we go to war with Iran, let's say, Iran is not going to fucking attack America.
Yeah, they will.
And America will attack Iran. Iran is going to attack Saudi Arabia and cut off and make it
You really think
the global population to get
that Iran will attack Saudi Arabia if America
Yeah, so
attacks
he's saying they're going to
Joel
attack the global
Severide.
oil supply.
Oh my god.
Thank you for the
Imagine
25
imagine
gifted
trying.
gifted subs. Also, tits
Yeah,
and
the
macaroni.
entire world
Yeah,
will
bro.
come down on you.
Go ahead. But also, it's like Iran being bad
Those
for the
Siemens
economy. Like they're
centrifuges
so
are offline
sanctioned
in air
that
gap. They
nothing would
snuck into that
change.
machine
Yeah.
to be able to do it.
He's so rude. He's interrupting you. He's not even listening.
by weakening Iran's ability to fight all of it using code.
Uh-huh.
The code that sabotaged the nuclear facility was eventually discovered and named after some of the elements that were inside of these many lines of code. .stub or MRXnet.
Uh-huh.
It was a worm that was never supposed to spread further than that facility. Microsoft was pissed at the CIA because they didn't report the vulnerabilities they exploited to deliver the worm.
They called it Stuxnet. Now, this weapon did slow down Iran's progress at first, but it didn't stop them. But what this did do was showcase a new style of war. The use of quiet weapons in the form of a tiny text file that could self-replicate and make actual physical damage on an enemy.
What do you think about this, Hasan?
Warfare. It
Uh-huh.
has become a
Are you paying attention?
modern conflict.
I gotta grab my food.
Let me show you how.
Oh
Oh
my
my god,
God.
he's leaving. Jesus Christ.
You're right. You weren't eating this whole time, Hasan?
Oh
Are
my
you
God.
serious?
I guess we're running the stream now. What's up, Hasan's chat?
Before Stuxnet, most cyber.
I wonder how long he's going to be gone for.
Like in the 80s, you had this situation where an East German hacker broke into
Oh, he's back.
some
was quick.
military computers in the US looking for secrets for the FSB, which is like the
Welcome back, my man.
agency. Or more recently, like in 2007, where Russian hackers attacked a bunch of Estonian websites in the financial government sectors, shutting them down.
Uh-oh, bad take incoming.
And against Estonia.
The
Nah.
Estonia situation is
You
like
reckon?
way worse because they got their whole shit on the net, man. Doesn't Estonia have their entire elections run on the internet?
Seriously?
They're crazy for that one. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
I've been advocating for this for a while. I think that they should use blockchain for elections, but
Mhm.
Hasan doesn't want to have this discussion. He'd rather just
Estonia,
Yeah.
famous for
walk away.
being extremely online and having a lot of ladies.
Okay.
Are you tying your shit? He's petting his dog.
What is it?
No, he's
I don't know if you guys knew
got
that.
napkins.
We didn't know that. Thanks for telling us.
Hearing with Estonia, what do you mean? We're literally watching Russia directly interfere with Estonian election
Yeah,
or with Estonia
true.
on this very same video that we're watching.
We are watching it.
Estonia deciding
there's
to
silence.
relocate a Soviet monument. These were
Oh my
cyber-
God,
And
he
he's
left
but
again.
they were
He said one good point and left again. He literally was like, "Yeah, Russia is interfering in
So we
Estonia."
live in a
Bye.
weird
Walks away.
Our information is less secure than ever. And
Gee,
now my phone,
wow.
and my email, and my
Crazy.
physical
You know what's
mailbox
crazy
are
about this?
inundated.
Is that like
Stuff
the
I don't want
CIA
to see.
entire
I
like spy
feel like
project in
my
Russia
information
with the
is just
spy
Yeah.
planes and
Yeah,
stuff? They
baby.
never got a clear
Anyone and
picture of the
everyone who
Soviet
wants
Union,
it.
and now
Really?
our information.
Today's
Crazy.
video,
We're all
but it
connected.
also has to do
So
with the
now it's
sponsor
vulnerable,
of today's
right?
Video, which is Incogni.
Oh, here we go.
Incogni is a platform
He's
to
going to let the ad play.
Yeah,
get yourself off of the
Please skip
list.
the ad, Hasan. Come on, man.
skip the ad, bro.
Please skip the ad.
Really cumbersome and
Hasan.
time consuming to go through the process to
He's not even listening to us.
He doesn't have his
the companies
headphones on.
make it intentionally
God.
hard at times. So what you do is you sign up for Incogni and you give
This
them-
is as bad as his Marianne Williamson thing.
go out and
No.
At least we're framed properly.
No, he
off
had
of
one
these
good
data
take here
broker
already.
lists. In my description, it is incogni.com/Johnny Harris. When you click the
Okay.
link, it helps support the channel. You get 60% off.
Hey, we
when you
have
sign up
links.
for the annual plan. The annual plan allows Incogni to
We do have links.
go and strip you off of these lists so that you can retain
Hassan,
your privacy.
skip
over
the
time.
ad.
So, thank you for
Please.
sponsoring today's video. With that, let's
Oh
dive
my God.
into
Skip the
this
ad.
deep, complicated, intense,
Skip it, skip it, skip it, skip
wild
it,
story of
Skip it.
cyber warfare.
skip it.
True power of the
Oh
internet.
my God.
Internet generation.
What do you mean? You think this
Bro,
product
you
actually works?
you
I don't give a
paused
shit.
it after
I
the
have
ad.
no
Are you
idea. I
serious?
don't care. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a YouTube ad, dude. I'm just
Yeah.
watching it because the YouTuber put it in the fucking video, and I'm watching the YouTuber's video, and it's only fair.
Everyone skips the ad.
Why is
Hasan.
it fair? Because are you
Not my
acknowledging
fucking
that
ad,
what
they
you do
didn't
is
pay me.
content theft? So you think it's fair to let his ad
In
play?
the early 2000s, most of the world wasn't built off of the internet yet.
Wow.
Internet speeds were getting good. Software was
Oh,
getting sophisticated,
like
and
Johnny Harris
computers and their
fucking dropping
software were becoming
logic
the
bombs.
foundation to
Internet
many
didn't really
big
exist in
invisible industries
2000.
like shipping, finance, and energy. And crucially, hackers who had grown up on the internet were
Uh-huh.
getting really good at finding vulnerabilities in these systems,
Yeah.
breaking into them, learning to exploit them. Now, how those hackers ended up selling their secrets to the U.S. government in the name of making cyber
Hasan, are you paying attention?
is the next part of the story.
He's too focused on his food.
No, he doesn't have headphones on. He's eating.
But first, a quick word on
What food you get?
this thing that runs our
What is
modern,
it? Hasan, what'd you get?
mostly invisible, but that
rice
is
and
endlessly
beans.
important.
There's
It
another
ensures
ad.
that you have electricity.
No.
It's your
No,
bank
Hasan,
account.
you missed the ad.
I'm no longer trusting.
All of this is made
It's okay.
possible because of something that looks very simple. Lines and lines of code.
Mhm.
They're just basically
I love this
lists
shit.
of instructions.
I love this.
on how
I
a
love it.
system
Like,
should run,
this is literally
what it should
Hackers the
do
movie.
in every circumstance.
Yes.
And who has access to what.
Always ridiculous screens with just endless code running. It's got nothing to do with coding.
Information.
Is this how you guys feel? That like the bond of trust is broken, and now you think I'm going to serve you a top of the hour ad break
I'm Johnny Harris, Jack.
that's 3 minutes long at the top of the hour?
Where'd Hasan go? There he is.
Why'd you pause? Because I pulled up the hacker. Did you see? He laughed at it. He thought it was funny.
That's kind of fucked
yeah.
up. I'm sorry to have done that to you.
What?
Thank you for
Pausing?
apologizing.
We're
We're
We
not
appreciate
skipping
it.
the ad.
Yeah,
my
he's
God.
apologizing to us.
In the future after this one. Here's the 3-minute ad break now, bitch.
Now, really, now let's just think about somebody who is not subscribed here. They literally sat through Johnny Harris's ad, then he paused to say why
Yep.
he's
Social
playing the
security
ad, and then
number
hit him
or
with a
Mhm.
3-minute ad.
account
Epic,
number,
bro.
whatever. Developers
cool.
build their software like a castle.
Oh my god, bro.
Are you ready? I'm going to do what Hasan does.
So this is our software castle.
Stop
has
it.
walls
Stop
and
calling it a
locked
castle.
doors that only authorized users are allowed to get into.
Oh my god, shut
But
up.
inevitably, because it's a big, complex castle, the builders of this castle, on accident, left little holes, little vulnerabilities,
Oh my god, it's the
weak
Death Star.
spots, secret doors
Photon
that if an
torpedoes
intruder
can
could
pierce
find,
through.
would allow them to get in, where they can steal things or even take
Well,
control.
this is
of
like
parts
the
of the
worst
castle. They can
explanation
lock
of
the
what
owner
hacking
out
is I have
and only
ever
give them
heard.
access. In
This is
exchange for
literally
money.
like a movie.
Or they could
This
just
is how
leave
they
little
do it
time
in a fucking
bombs
movie where they explain
that will
hacking.
blow up later.
No, it does.
Almost all
No,
software
that's not how
has
it works.
some
Come on,
kind of
this is
vulnerability
just
that would allow
making
a
it
hacker
sound
to get in
more
and control
unique than it
things.
is.
But the worst kind, arguably, and the nightmare scenario for software developers is the 0 day.
Yeah, I mean that's
It's
like
called
the
a
only thing
0
that
day
exists,
exploit
bro.
Because by the time the intruder gets into the software castle, the
back.
developers,
Did I
The
miss anything?
software castle.
Did
Shut
Hasan
up.
speak at all?
I mean, they
No.
didn't know. They were unaware.
No.
They were blindsided by this attack. There
Wow,
was a hole in their castle
Crazy.
that somebody found.
it took us
and now
that
they're
long to
screwed.
explain what a 0 day
And
was.
once
We
the
needed an
hacker-
entire castle.
Developers often know that there was
All,
a
all you need to be saying
they
is
can
that
work on patching it, but that takes time.
just call it
of
patching.
course,
People are gamers. They're
to
watching you on
get the
YouTube. They know
users
what
to
patches are,
update
bro.
Yeah.
the
Oh, now
software
we're learning.
in order for
Updating
that
software is how you
action
fix it. Okay.
And we all know how kind of annoying that is. A 0 day exploit is a software developer's nightmare, which in turn makes it a hacker's dream. Some hackers will
I don't
spend
know.
their time looking for 0 day exploits in really powerful software, like the software that runs your iPhone or Google Chrome or Windows operating systems or a million other pieces of software that run our world. Some are interested in doing this so that they can get money or passwords. That's the criminals. Or others are interested in gaining control of underground nuclear facilities and electricity grids.
Also the criminals, but this time they're
Bro,
Swallow your food, please.
so
you
they're
have
not
food in your
criminals.
mouth and you're choosing to talk
That would be
now
the
of all
government.
times.
Okay, so let's say that you're a really
Oh my god, the
sophisticated
fucking
hacker
rolling
and you
code, bro.
have
It's so
some-
annoying.
found a 0 day exploit for an Apple iPhone iOS. You can get into someone's iPhone and control it. That's a really valuable thing. You now have a few choices on what to do with that information. One, you could go right to Apple and you could give it to them, and they will pay you handsomely.
Which
right now,
always
they will
happens.
pay you $1 million in exchange for a 0 day exploit that allows you to hack into their iPhone. Every big software company does this. Like Google will give you $150,000 if you can find a way to take over their Chromebooks via a website. Software companies offer these bug bounties because they want to know where the holes in their castle are. They want to patch them. They want to avoid the
Castles.
of being hacked into and
The wall.
compromising the security and privacy. of
Stop
their
with the
users.
running code
So
on
yeah,
screen,
that's one of your
bro.
options. Sell it to Apple, get $1 million, totally above board. We'll call this the white market.
White market.
$1,000 is like, that's so stupid.
Bro,
Yeah.
I feel like
it's
that's so cheap,
$150,000
Nobody's
for
taking that
creating a
off.
phishing website. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
And no, while I'm looking down eating, I will see it. I see everything in the chat.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
But I guess it's for Chromebooks, right? Even Google,
Specifically, yes.
who gives a fuck? It's Chromebooks.
Who gives a fuck? Google does. What are you talking about, my man?
Yeah, I feel like you could give that to North Korea or some shit for way more than $150,000.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
But
Yeah,
you
let me
could
just
also
ring
sell it
up
on the
North
black
Korea
market
on the phone.
to criminals who want
You
to
got their
use
number,
these
bro?
exploits
Uh-huh.
to
Let
make
me
money.
just how to contact North
happens.
Korea.
There was this case where hackers that may or may not have been linked to North Korea were able to hack into the central bank of the country of Bangladesh. They were able to make all these fraudulent requests and like hijack the SWIFT system that transfers all the money. And in the end, they were able to get $81 million transferred to their bank account in the Philippines. Their end goal was to get
respect. They should keep it
closer to $1 billion, but
Okay.
because of a typo in one of their fraudulent
Yeah. They should keep it because they stole it from Bangladesh that just went through a famine. Yeah.
0 days, because
should
there's
keep
a lot
it.
of money to be made if you can hack into a financial system. But you also have a third option here.
I
If you have
found a
0 day
random
exploit, you
number
can
in
sell it to a
Pyongyang here.
government military.
I just
They
typed
can
in how to
deactivate
contact
budgets,
North Korea and sell them
more and
stuff.
more, they're interested
Well,
in
now you're
basically-
on. Now you're on a
and
list.
Now I have a
hacking
number
tools that
here.
they can use against their
to
enemies.
Yeah, all that
Pyongyang.
messaging,
This is the great
al-Qaeda people and that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Nothing. You just you just looked up how to contact North Korea. You're getting your door knocked down.
Hello, North Korea.
broker.
Johnny Harris
Like
says he'll
dealers.
pay me if
There's
I
one
hack
Russian
things.
0 day.
I want a Kim Jong-un haircut. Can we come?
And their clients are now willing to pay
Uh-huh.
$20 million
Fed post.
for a hacking tool that uses 0 day exploits.
Yep, I'm
that
sure they
allows
will.
them to fully hack an iPhone or
Yep,
Android
just posting
device.
this publicly
And then
on Twitter.
They specify
On
that
Twitter,
the
yeah.
Sure.
client is a non
And even
country.
and also even if
which
it is
experts
even if it
basically
is
say should say
Yeah.
like
Russia.
not
like
a
all
Fed
kinds
thing,
of-
right? They can just be
Those
like,
three
markets
non-NATO
for 0
countries.
days
okay, thanks for the
show
0
us
day.
just how
Not pay you.
valuable
Yeah.
bits of code have become, because they aren't just little bits of code.
Thank
They are
you.
now
They're almost like
weapons.
it's almost like
They
they're
are
not
access
castles.
to
Yeah.
very valuable castles of software.
Uh-huh.
Criminals want them. Software companies want them.
I think you underestimate the power you have with your money now. You have more than enough to hire competent hackers and win your competition.
Swallow your food. Holy shit.
First of all, I simply meant $150,000 for
Yeah.
a massive exploit, a massive vulnerability is
That doubled.
literally nothing because you can make more money just selling the exploit to someone else.
Yeah.
That's simply what I was saying.
Who?
I'm not saying that
Who, Hasan?
$150,000 is a little amount of money.
I have a 0 day. Find me a number. Find me someone that I can sell it to
$50,000 is not
for more than $1 million,
that much.
please. Oh, you finally finished your mouthful. Nice.
Yeah. The thing is, normally when you do these illegal operations, you need to form an entire criminal syndicate
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
The one-off shit is like so much easier
I feel
to
like a
just be
person
like,
who's also capable of getting
Or they contact you,
a person who's capable of accessing Chrome.
right? If you're a notorious hacker, they may contact you to find it.
$150,000
and give you a bounty for it.
well, yeah. Well, no, the
illicit
bounties are
or
open.
legal.
No, I mean like a black market source.
It's legal to hack things. You can hack
How
into
do
whatever you
Pokemon
want.
cookie taste?
Yeah.
I'm too broke and always wondered.
You just have to be like, hey, I found an exploit.
Don't fucking know. It tastes fine.
Can you play the video now?
Or
Thank you.
governments want them. And this is how the US and Israel built Stuxnet, their big weapon against Iran, using 0 days. Not just one 0 day exploit, but 4.
Oh my god, crazy.
Whoa.
As an act of nuclear terrorism.
And this is the reason why experts and the ex-director of the CIA calls
Yeah.
Stuxnet a game changer for warfare.
Yeah.
Because whenever a country uses a big new weapon, all of the other
I
countries,
just realized there's fucking
especially the
wrenches on the
rivals,
wall behind
realize
him.
that they have
Literally is an
capability.
engineering bay at
And
a
ideally,
community
That's
college.
awesome.
have it. That's how arms race works. That's how nuclear weapons have worked. And that explains the concern of
And
the
like these
ex-director
are
of
like
the CIA.
Windows
This has
XP
the
tabs.
width
He
of
definitely
Office
pulled up
19.
like some shit that I just
1945
did. The
being
like
the
the
year
like
that
hacky
and was
simulator
used
browser.
in war, thus changing the world and the balance of power between countries forever.
Somebody just used a new weapon. And this weapon will not be put back into the box.
Famously, another good thing for the
The
world.
box is gone.
Early 2000s, After Stuxnet,
And he's still eating. Oh my
truly
god.
was the beginning of a new era of cyber warfare.
No.
In 2012, Chinese-backed hackers broke into the computer systems of over a dozen oil and gas companies. There was an investigation, and the FBI and Homeland Security concluded that the attack wasn't to steal anything or even to sabotage the infrastructure, but rather to, quote, gain strategic access for future operations, meaning to gain leverage over the United States. Investigators said that this was the first time that they had seen anything like this. That same year, an Iranian hacker group attacked Saudi Arabia, Iran's enemy, using a cyber weapon that is kind of like a digital bomb. It was a virus called
Oh my
Sham.
god.
Oh my
It got
god.
into the computers of Saudi Arabia's state oil company,
I know.
wiping their hard drives
Hasan heard
clean.
it. He thought it
This
was
thing
funny, too.
spread across the company's networks, ultimately wiping data from tens of thousands of computers and rendering them totally inoperable. A huge
How come these motherfuckers never do this shit to like the State Department's records
They
for
do.
FAFSA?
They
This
do.
shit sucks, dude. Actually,
They do, though.
Yeah.
what the hell, man?
It's
You
because they
know,
can
like,
make more money
like
selling the
medical
hack
debt.
and exploit
Uh-huh.
than they get from wiping the debt.
Yep.
But it has happened.
Yeah. That it should happen more.
What the fuck are you growling at? Get out of there.
Anarchist hackers wiping out debt. That'd be sick. Play the video. Oh my god. Press play. Holy shit, he's about to start talking again. He just needed a
It's a
mouthful.
lot of Mr. Robot.
There you go. I fucking
Yeah,
knew
well,
it.
You know, it's fucking annoying that it's not the plot of the real world that we live in.
It's also the plot of Fight Club.
You gonna play the video now? Please? Come on, man. You've been chewing for 30 seconds and haven't played the
Once you
video.
listen to someone,
Holy
you
shit.
can understand it. It's burnt and will be packed.
Well, not disabling
I mean,
ad
oh
block.
my God.
I feel
Look,
like
I'm
not only
Johnny
was this
Harris,
patched,
bro.
but also they're now utilizing it themselves. No,
huge blow to the company. In 2015, a huge cyber attack occurred when the Russian hacking group Sandworm shut off the power to 250,000 Ukrainians.
think they're
by gaining
Dune
control
nerds?
of the computer.
all
Who?
I'm saying is
They named their group Sandworm.
He's-
Oh,
in the
probably.
American State Department, the guy who fucking found the exploit, or
Yeah.
someone who found this exploit originally under Windows, bitch, you got medical debt too. You know what I'm saying? That's all I mean. All I'm saying is, listen, if you're an American, you probably have medical debt. If you're an American, you probably have student loan debt. You didn't even think about it for a second. Like, sure, put it in the fucking Iranian nuclear facilities, okay? But like,
It's
it
treason.
didn't even cross your mind
It's like treason, though.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just for like a second.
Yeah,
be like,
just a
wow,
second.
I
You
have
got it, bro. But it's
all of
treason.
this- I just have the master key to Windows XP. You know what I mean? That's
Uh-huh.
crazy. That's treason. Okay, but like for good. Treason, but for good.
Okay.
It's still treason.
It's still it's the scale of the crime. You know,
It's
you have
still
to
a
think-
death penalty.
it's such a huge risk to take.
Never using it for debts or against Israel is a rule, it seems. Yeah. This also
Uh-huh.
suspiciously does not happen to Israel.
How do you know?
Well, you know,
Israel
also
famously
suspiciously
talks
always
about when they
directed,
get hacked and exploits
by
that they
either
find
Israel's
famously.
allies, including Russia, against Israel's enemies, like Iran. It's so interesting.
Yeah, well,
I wonder how that happened.
it's the nuclear systems, and also Johnny Harris said in the beginning that they partnered with Israel to make the code that hit
Yeah.
nuclear facilities is on.
Computers that ran the power stations. This is actual footage of them remotely
Sure it is, bro.
controlling
I'm
these
saying
stations.
though,
Sure it is, bro.
A piece of automated malware to do that, which is a sign that
a lot of these dudes are Israeli,
Oh my god, bro.
and a lot of these.
Anti-Semitism.
A
It's
lot
the
of this
Jews.
tech
The
does come
Jews are the
directly from
hackers.
Israel, including, as far as I understand, tech that one Russia uses definitely, and two, tech that even I think China has used as well.
Okay,
And
your point.
they will probably use that again. That looked like a kind of practice rounds to develop a capability that they wanted to have to use globally.
This set a new precedent. People theoretically knew that cyber weapons could be used against electricity grids, which is like the lifeblood of our economy. And
Yeah, crazy.
society.
You won't believe this, but that's the
it
number
hadn't
one
actually
target
happened
that's listed
until
for
this
like
2015
terrorism
attack.
attacks too. That's why it's so protected.
Yeah.
These are just a few examples, but they're examples that show how cyber weapons became employed in a war context between countries. It wasn't just hackers trying to steal money. It was countries trying to hurt their enemy, trying to demonstrate their capabilities, to deter their enemy, to let them know that they have power over them. A tool of war, of national power. And indeed, in 2010, the U.S. acknowledged this very overtly by adding the U.S. Cyber Command as a new department to the military. Cyber war was here, and it was here to stay.
Today, we face threats that have increased in sophistication, magnitude, intensity, volume, and velocity.
But here's what's crazy is that these aren't weapons. These aren't like missiles. Where countries
what are they?
And it's also not a castle.
And using. Cyber weapons are just bits of code. They're text files that are really small and easy to transfer around. So what happens when a cyber weapon developed by a military gets into the hands of...
I don't know, tell us.
And they can use it however they want. Well, that's exactly
Please tell
what
us.
In 2016.
Oh, I forgot Hasan was here.
Called the FBI after a deleting attempt to hack into databases.
During the 2016 presidential election,
I guess we'll just react to this video for him.
Cyber attacks.
Well, he
This
thinks that he
included the
doesn't have to
hacking of
participate
emails of
because
the
he played
Democratic
the ad.
Party, a misinformation campaign on social media, and
Yeah.
even an attempted hack of voter registration databases in several states.
But Aaron Mate
American
says this
intelligence
didn't happen.
agencies came together and investigated, and they concluded that this was Russia.
Notoriously genius
Bro,
journalist.
hang on. We gotta
And
go
the
back
goal was
exactly what
when a
Johnny Harris.
cyber weapon
You know,
developed
Johnny
by a
Harris,
military
infamous like getting all the
gets into
papers and
hands
highlighting them.
of
Wait
everyone.
until you see what the source
can
that
use
he's
it
and his
however they
cyber
want.
warfare video.
That's
Wait till you
exactly
see what he
happened in
highlights in this
2016.
fucking document.
Came together, they investigated, and they concluded that
St. Petersburg-based
Russian
Internet Research Agency. Nice.
No.
Information warfare campaign.
Yeah, not cyber warfare.
I mean, we knew this. This is like our whole thing.
Yeah, no, but I'm pointing out that Johnny, Mr. I have all the sources, is literally highlighting information warfare, which is a completely different thing and way more effective than cyber warfare.
Yes. That is very funny. That's actually a very, very good thing to pick up.
That this was Russia. It was Russian hackers that were supported and directed by the Russian government itself. And the goal was to sabotage the American electoral system.
The Russians were responsible for hacking the DNC.
It's low-key lame that they also penetrated RNC and like that. I'm almost certain Julian Assange never leaked that stuff.
Wow. Almost like he's an agent of somewhere.
I'm pretty sure Julian Assange, or at least WikiLeaks, had access to the RNC folders as well.
Yeah,
and we never even heard about it.
That's why that's the charge against him, is hacking the RNC.
Also, in 2021, we found out that Chinese hackers have been in our government systems for years. We still don't know the full extent of the damage.
This is true.
When aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Hasan said the stuff they found was mid.
Plus, the Chinese
behave
get
improperly
stuff directly.
Yeah.
Through conventional intelligence gathering.
Yep.
None of the
Face to face.
most famous Americans
1,000 talents
have come out of that party.
They don't need it.
No, I don't think it was like the Republicans are coordinating with Russia more so than. I don't know.
The purpose of doing a cyber attack on an infrastructure attack like that,
like all that
you would need to like
Or
transfer
maybe
it to
was
make it
because,
not
like, Vladimir
visible that it's
Putin,
done by the Chinese.
made a calculation
because if
that
it
would
is,
be,
and it
like,
like
the Russian
hurts
government made a
America
calculation that
badly,
Trump
then
would
it's
be
like
beneficial and easier to manipulate.
it's like how Iran uses their proxies, and we all pretend
Yes.
that it's not them.
Come on, dude. Seriously. Play the goddamn video.
Yeah, Assange.
We're never coming back on his stream. This is awful. Awful host. Seriously. Doesn't even acknowledge us.
Like that would be great. Like
You're
ignoring
lame.
us. Not even wearing headphones.
So anti-Clinton that he like basically did not leak the RNC stuff.
It's almost
because they
like
just
he was
wanted only
working for
Clinton to be
Russia,
hit.
bro.
That's so lame. I don't want to believe that.
Crazy. He also didn't share anything about Assad.
Very crazy.
Or Iran.
Pretty crazy.
He's an Australian citizen.
He is, and Australia does nothing to get him back. They have completely abandoned him.
We live in the United States of America, okay? The world is our oyster.
This was like a frenzy here in the United States. Like everyone was talking about it. It was a huge deal. But in the middle of all of this, a post quietly appears on GitHub from a user by the name of the Shadow Brokers. This was a few months before the election.
Name.
It was a tense.
It's very cringe.
For
Mass
a lot
Effect
of reasons.
players.
They claimed that they had super powerful cyber weapons from the American government's most elite cyber.
He's still eating,
bro.
The ones who
source
created
Tumblr.com, bro.
and that they would sell weapons to the highest bidder. They would take their bids in Bitcoin. They released a few pretty impressive samples that actually looked pretty legitimate. They released an encrypted file that said contained more hacking weapons, but you needed the password for it. But they held on to it, posting every once in a while with a trickle of more information and honestly a lot of like bizarre rants on American hypocrisy, broken English that felt kind of intentional and caricatured. They didn't end up getting very much money and it all looked fairly ridiculous. But then out of nowhere came this post.
Last week, the Shadow Brokers be trying to help peoples. This week, the Shadow
peoples. Jar Jar Binks.
Getting pretty spicy. And indeed,
oh god, they're fucking WoW nerds. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Released this password, this weird password that they said was the password to that encrypted file that they had posted earlier. And when you put that password in the encrypted file, you discover that it is exactly what the Shadow Brokers said it was. 67 files that comprised some of the most sophisticated and dangerous cyber weapons that the NSA had ever created. And among them, the most powerful of the bunch, a tool called Eternal Blue.
Yeah, I looked it up. It is from Mass Effect, not World of
Warcraft. Oh, that's funny.
Operating system. Most computers in this world use.
You should listen to us. Maybe you should put some headphones on and participate in this reaction.
This was like a door into millions of castles, and the power.
Oh, the fucking castles! Oh my god!
The door to steal the contents of the castle, to disrupt and break and destroy whatever.
Where's your castle guard?
Castle to lock people out of their own castle.
Oh my god!
I mean, this was like a sophisticated military weapon.
Yeah,
it had just been duplicated and sent to anyone who had an internet connection. And what it meant was that the Shadow Brokers, in all of their like caricatured broken English, were actually legit. They had hacked in to our national security agency, our secret spy agency.
Some spies.
Cyber weapons.
I feel like this is giving an aneurysm to all the comp sci nerds. However, considering that the chirping is minimum right now, I'm assuming that, albeit reductive, it's like not wrong. A lot of what he's saying is like reductive, but not completely.
I mean, a lot of it's stupid.
I know for
a lot of it is very stupid.
That if he was actually totally incorrect on everything that he's mentioning right now,
not incorrect, just exaggerating. Just exaggerating.
Anytime I bring up, God forbid, I say fucking DDoS wrong, I get ass fucked into oblivion by every fucking comp sci person in the chat.
Yeah. Maybe you should get shit right. Yeah.
It's highly
or
reductive.
not leave 5 seconds of silence every time you need to swallow a bite of food.
And sent them out to the entire world. Not just to other governments, but to anyone. So who are these Shadow Brokers and how did they do this? The answer, and the kind of scary thing about cyber war, is that we don't totally know. Experts think that Russia did this to send a very clear signal to the NSA and to the United States at large that, hey, we can do this.
Hey,
we have the power to break
what's up?
Biggest secrets, and we will release them if we want to. So now, after
what's up, bruv?
We enter a new era of cyber warfare. Stuxnet was a big turning point. The Shadow Brokers and Eternal Blue is our next turning point. From here on, you see a new genre
He's literally just stealing the content from Andy Greenberg's book Sandworm, fucking chapter by chapter. I'm a comp sci guy. Why did they try to cancel you instead of this guy for stealing content? Fucking
You do steal content.
I don't
Just
know.
saying.
He's like changing it up as
Yeah, we've been sitting here for
guys.
what?
Like I doubt that
35 minutes,
was as big as
and I reckon he's been silent for about 25 of them.
He's going to fucking verbatim copy paste shit.
Genre of more sophisticated, more powerful cyber attacks. Barely a month after the NSA's secret weapons leak out by the shadow brokers, a North Korean-linked hacking group uses them to deploy a virus that spreads to nearly every country on Earth within hours, locking up hundreds of thousands of computers, making them unusable, which halted hospital equipment, police departments, governments, and railways in over 150 countries.
I like that the framing of this originally was like, isn't this fucking cool and dope and sick and like definitely good when it was happening to Iran by the American State Department? And then like the moment that information, of course, is released into the world, someone is going to figure it out and probably utilize it.
You are completely taking this the wrong way. He's reported on this completely neutrally.
Dude, think about how devastating this is.
He was literally just explaining that Israel and America used it to hit Iran.
Pretty funny.
And then explaining how America is actually shit at their job and can't protect their shit.
Not an ethical consideration at all. Is this not an ethical
I was
consideration
just reading
at
about
all?
them. They didn't just get with the tools aren't
Like,
like
when we
the
make
interesting
this
part.
tool,
They got
like,
agent.
we have to use
the
it on
entire
Iran.
agent database
There's no,
from the NSA.
There's no thought process where
Really?
The toolkit was just
remember
part
the
of what they were able to
Oppenheimer shit
grab.
that happened.
Crazy.
Maybe not such a good
So-
idea. How about we don't do this?
Dox the NSA.
Well, they showed up and disappeared right after.
Dude, we are so fucked.
But
This is one of the missions of
it
Watch
had to
Dogs
be
2 where
for
you
someone
hack the
from
world 'cause
inside.
it
They had to be
caused
close to the
chaos on every
NSA. It
country
had
on
to
Earth.
come.
Surely.
Like it had
To
to
be able to get
I
something
don't think
in
this
there.
is like they hacked in. I think they literally plugged
iOS
in a
vulnerabilities are
like
getting
a
more
hard
sophisticated
drive.
as well. Update
Yeah.
the shit to 17.3.1 chat. I have been in cyber
They stole
since
50
2012. I just discovered the
terabytes
first
of confidential
rat I've ever
information.
Oh my god.
in my career on a user's BYOD iPhone last week. Good times.
Are you gonna play the video now?
I don't know what any of those
Oh my
words
God.
mean.
So play the video and ignore chat, please. 5 seconds of silence. 6.
To be
7.
fair, Oppenheimer hadn't come out yet. Yeah. The
Oh
guy
my
at
God.
that point probably was like, yeah, no, certainly there's no historically prescient moment that is analogous to the situation unfolding right before my eyes. Definitely. Oh, rat, remote access Trojan. It means update your shit. Oh, it's pretty funny because, like, I don't know what the fuck people will find if they were in my phone and doing remote access on my phone. There's like not really anything going on.
Short stack goblins.
Bro, your banking information.
Yeah. All of mine is biometrically secured, so I'm fine.
Bro, what are you doing?
What is he doing? Play the video.
Get shit out of your mouth.
Dude, play the fucking video.
Passwords, emails. No, I know that. Bro,
Oh my god. Play the video.
I'm talking
Ignore
about
the chat.
compromise. or
Stop.
something, you know what I mean?
Stop
Like,
it.
compromising information.
Please stop. Please play the video. It's another 5 seconds of silence. This is awesome.
But
Okay.
the point is,
the point
for me, I don't have that sort of thing.
He was
Like,
buffering.
I'm already. The point is, I'm already live basically most of the time.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
live
weird.
more of the hours of the day that my eyes are open than not. So almost
That's
every single
weird.
thing, with the exception of like obvious privacy stuff that is not like compromising, but it's still, you know, it's just specifically for privacy. Like every single part of that is just like.
You didn't even finish your thought, did you?
No, he didn't.
Real income leaked. Yeah, except that
Hey,
has
Hasan.
happened.
You should go and touch some of this. Go outside. Leave the house.
Bro, get your hands out of your mouth and play the video.
Play the video. Fucking hell.
You're sitting on your computer and this pops up saying that your files are locked and that you can get them back, but, quote,
this is just ransomware.
Enough time.
Close quote. And that, quote,
you need to pay $300 worth of Bitcoin to do so.
Computers
you just
unprecedented worldwide
reset the computer.
It's called
Problem solved.
ransomware. Basically, you
just reinstall the
files and you have to pay. This happened in a matter of hours. It was only stopped because a 22-year-old researcher accidentally activated a kill switch based
That's so funny.
code.
Epic coding, bro.
This was kind of diverted, but even still, in
this
just
was an
that few
NSA
hours,
tool
as
that
WannaCry
Korea was using. You
spreading
think
to
now,
100
John? Is that what you're saying?
caused hundreds of millions
And they had a kill switch in it.
billions of
Nice.
dollars of damage and economic loss. This
Damn, bro. They're like, fuck, man. I can't believe we left the off switch in there.
showed us how powerful these NSA weapons could be in the hands of bad actors.
When he switched this, it didn't work for him. That was weird.
These same weapons.
There has to be someone out there that could hack your shit if they hated you enough. No, the point is there's not anything there to find beyond like doxing my family, which people literally already do. So I don't even know what to say about it.
Oh, you mad about all these people who came out and said that your parents are landlords?
Like everything.
Very rich landlords, right?
His mom was or is. I don't know. I don't care. We all knew he was a nepo
Obviously,
baby.
the shit that they could do is like steal my money or something. But I'm talking about like
what if maybe if he gave money away?
You know what I mean, there's like nothing there.
I mean, Uncle Chunk gave him a job.
Were used by the masters of cyber warfare, Russia.
Instead of he hit the camera change button.
It was June of 2017, the night before Ukraine's Constitution Day, when the Russian hacking group Sandworm deployed an attack that was similar to their 2015 electrical grid attack. But this time,
hack the rich. They can get photos of your small pee-pee.
What's funny is like, well, the Russian hackers are pretty good and stuff. We can't discount that they could have just done this literally on location.
Would be,
yeah,
if they like.
There's always a possibility that it could have been hardware.
Beyond that, I feel like it's all.
They had the NSA weapons in their hands, so it was a whole new level. This one,
a lot of your moms would obviously. A lot of your moms
weird tangent,
would
man.
Obviously be having their nudes leaked because they send me their nudes.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Man, that was great.
One was called
Sick burn.
Petia. This thing was potent. It
It's
spread
mishitting.
very quickly, and soon Ukrainians were seeing this scary screen on their computer that literally started with, quote,
"Oops, your important files are encrypted. Perhaps you are
Oh my
busy
God, I hate
looking
this
for
fucking
ways to
voice he's
recover your
doing."
files. But don't waste your time.
Lower
Nobody
the
can
pitch.
recover your files without our decryption service.
It looked like another ransomware attack, saying that you have to pay $300 worth of Bitcoin in order to get your.
That sort of masking is pretty easy to counter, isn't it?
Spreading super fast.
Yeah,
and
you just
wiping
lowered pitch.
everything out in its path. It took down Kiev's mass transit
That's like the
system,
masking I do
airports,
is like
hospitals, and it rapidly spread
Advanced.
to government
Oh, yeah.
agencies.
Yeah.
Gas stations and power grids went
Like
down.
to-
Credit
like-
cards stopped working, and it shut down.
to like get through it. You would need to have specific reversals,
Yeah.
and to my knowledge, those reversals don't exist. Like it's not just lowering pitch and like adjusting like bass and treble. Like I actually go through and like you go like through an equalizer and like you put the peaks in how the equalizer is, and then I'll go through and like sometimes I'll like instead of a round curve on the sound waves, I'll square them.
Ah,
And that will give like a heavy distortion effect to it.
interesting. That's very interesting.
But it's like partially like the down pitch is like step one. But the thing is like if you only down pitch, say like if I take this and I throw it in the software and I add 3 pitch to it, it's going to come out with whoever. If it's him reading this, it's just going to be him read. It's going to be Johnny Harris's voice.
Yeah. Because
Well,
you've readjusted it.
Yeah, because I just added the pitch back to it.
Yeah.
on almost every ATM machine in the capital. One person who
ATM machine
cyber attack described it as life went very fast from what's new on Facebook to do I have enough money to buy food for tomorrow? And it's a moment like this that we can really grasp.
We still think Unit 8200 hasn't already checked your shit after raising all that money. They want to see your contacts. Please, Unit 8200, if you're checking my shit, know that like I have no malice towards Israeli citizens. I want Israeli citizens to be able to peacefully coexist alongside Palestinians. Okay. Sir, Mr. Hasan, sir, we have remote access of Kaya. Please refrain from biting your nails or we'll force her to fix your camera and piss Max on an hourly basis.
Yeah.
Just how fundamental this infrastructure is to our lives. And in this case, there was no kill switch. It was so viral that it spread beyond its target of Ukraine into other parts of the region, hitting the systems of a bunch of companies like FedEx or the shipping company Maersk. And soon tens of thousands of trucks were stuck for days with no computers to guide them. I mean, that's a lot of trucks. And many, many others.
That's a lot of trucks.
Tons of companies and agencies and systems, all because of this one virus. Unlike a missile or an invasion, cyber can hide.
Get your fingers out of your mouth.
Looking screen. This doesn't look like a state entity. This looks like a hacker doing a ransomware attack so they can make some money in Bitcoin. But that's not what this was. This was a coordinated, sophisticated attack by the Russian government using an American cyber weapon.
So sophisticated.
That caused
Bro,
an estimated
get your fingers out of your mouth.
And damages. And in the
he's worse than I am.
Bro, you've literally done nothing this whole stream.
Yeah, he has done nothing. We've been doing it for him.
And we're only saved.
I guess that's why he wanted us on.
Outage during the attack.
Really blurring the lines of the rules of war, where usually like you know what a country did to you and you know how you're supposed to respond, and all of that creates this nice balance of like deterrence.
He stopped using the camera change.
Of stability in our global order. When you've got these like shadowy, like deniable attacks, it makes it way harder to know how to respond.
Bro, would you believe it? They do it with missiles too.
Israel, and you might find pieces on your phone.
All the chat is just going,
I was
check
lying.
terms.
Turkey is not a huge
How are we going to hack you,
Israel.
Hasan? Check terms.
Also, I love Israel. I'm having an Ian Miles Chong moment, but in the opposite direction.
While getting executed.
Spawned. And like, what's proportional? It just changes our view of conflict, which is why regimes like North Korea or Russia have leaned very heavily on this type of engagement, because as they become more isolated and as their military becomes less effective.
Oh my God, Johnny, no. It's because they can do it. Because if it's a direct missile, then it's a declaration of war, Johnny. It's not that fucking hard to understand. Jesus Christ. Fucking go back to your castle.
Say something that's probably not obvious and might be surprising.
Bro, he
to
labeled
you here
this
at the end of
section
the video,
silent time
which
bombs.
is that
He literally is using the word bomb
threat
again.
in the future. The thing that's going to be the biggest part of cyber warfare isn't going to be these big splashy, like shut down the electrical grid, doomsday scenario situations. Those might happen. Those are real threats. We need to prepare for them. But like any weapon of war, cyber is turning into a weapon that is being deployed subtly, that countries will use to get into the minds of their enemies.
Like, that's a better way?
Pretty certain.
Yeah, information warfare is a better way to do it.
Quietly infiltrated parts of our infrastructure systems. And they haven't done anything with that. But
the only country that unironically takes a fat W in all of this is Poland, because they don't know how to use computers. Like, there's only one computer in the country, and many people don't even know.
Average Turk take.
So therefore, they are so not susceptible to cyber warfare. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. So who's the real winner in this global?
Yeah, Poland, notoriously and prim.
That's right, Kurwa, Poland.
No technology at all. They still use horses and carts.
They're probably there. At least that's what a lot of analysts and experts think. And that we have probably done the same to them. And that we're all just sitting with our little time bombs put in.
You wouldn't steal
Poland
a
has
DVD.
one computer and it's running at all times. And it's actually
we get it.
running
We
to
heard your
make
Poland
the
joke. It
next
wasn't
CD
funny,
Projekt
bro.
Red
Move
video
on.
To our enemy's castle in case we need to use them.
He's trying.
We want our enemy to kind of know that we're there. There's this list that I've been looking at of all of the cyber attacks. CSIS, the think tank that I used to work at, documents these. And I was
You used to
surprised
work
about
at a
comment on the think tank.
almost any of them because they're small,
CSIS.
but they're frequent. To me, this is the future of cyber warfare.
Wait, he worked at CSIS?
Yes.
Yeah.
He finally picked it up.
Oh God.
Yeah, bro.
I thought he worked. So this man worked for the World Economic Forum and CSIS,
That's funny.
which is the Center for Strategic and International Studies think tank.
Mhm. And Vox. Don't forget Vox.
Bro, you don't focus on these videos? What?
That's what we've been saying.
What do you mean?
Bro, you don't focus
not
on these videos.
Stuxnet
That's what we
and
need to do.
WannaCry.
We need to when he reads
It's
this chat
these
out
death
loud,
threats
we need to go back and say it.
psychological warfare, revealing to your enemy that you have capabilities to infiltrate their system.
Are you doing ASMR, bro? Can you stop whispering?
Cyber warfare to look a lot like nuclear deterrence, like
No.
a shadowy hidden submarine with nuclear weapons
No.
floating through the ocean somewhere,
Oh my God.
capable of hitting your enemy, and your enemy knows that. They don't know where.
He's the actual agent, not the horse guy. By the way, I've often laughed at people that think Bosch is a fucking CIA agent. I've said numerous times that is
funny.
Hilarious of a thought. Okay? Like, I don't think Johnny Harris also is a CIA agent beyond.
No, but he is a
He's
propagandist.
more so, I don't know. He's just a YouTube guy who loves the State Department. But it is pretty funny
Propagandist.
that the CIA is working with fucking political commentators on YouTube.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, welcome to the
especially
modern
because
age.
That would be them
But of
opening
course, I would say that
and
because
working
I'm
directly with
CIA.
Americans in public
But
on
they know that
American
it's
soil.
them.
That's illegal
And
for
any
them to do. Even
calculation
though they do
that
it,
they may
you just
on
wouldn't see them
conflict
doing it
takes
openly
into
because it's
account
illegal.
that weapon is there and could be used at any point. This is the weird paradox of war.
Like the definition of propagandist is very simple. It's 5 words. A person who disseminates propaganda, which is a circular definition.
Since 1945 has been the fact that we have very powerful weapons all pointed at each other.
Yeah.
And therefore,
There you go. Propaganda, information, especially of a based or misleading nature, used to promote political cause or point of view.
will never be used
Propagandist.
the way that
You also are a propagandist.
sort of doomsday scenario.
They
of, like,
won't.
They shut down the electrical grid and they do a full scale.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so just as
It
most
won't
left
happen.
YouTubers are willing to undermine the left for free. Exactly.
Yes, there will continue to be these moments where viruses
You're
spread.
not paying attention to the video,
I
Hasan.
mean, they infiltrated the Paris book review and made Jackson Pollock an art star. Brother, you are literally huffing on crack cocaine.
You are
if
not
you
paying
think
attention to the video.
That there is an even remote need for that level of infiltration in what remains of the left in the United States of America.
Mhm.
Okay?
What?
You have cooked up crack cocaine
What
and
are
are
you
now
talking
huffing
about?
it and boofing it
What do you?
simultaneously.
I don't understand what you're saying.
There is nothing.
Come on, play the video.
Get
We're
your
here to watch
fingers
the
out of your
video.
mouth.
It's not about need, it's control. Yeah, again, they have it. Control, they have it. Need, they do not.
Okay, bro. Play the video. Get your fingers out of your mouth.
Just play the video. Oh my god.
Why do I
Play
talk
the
about,
video.
how we live in a
Society.
neoliberal monoculture in
Okay.
every aspect of our lives, no matter how radical one fancies their politics to be, is still very much shaped and defined by liberalism in general.
Okay.
That the conditions in which we
Crazy.
analyze
Organic carbon,
interlocutors,
organic
things of that
chemistry is
nature,
carbon based.
all shaped
Crazy.
completely by liberalism.
Bro, would you believe it? Nuclear science uses nuclear stuff in it.
It makes no sense that we think that it's like there's anything beyond that.
What?
Anyway,
What?
depends on who parents such a general AI. Standing on a platform on a river of lava facing my old master who has the high ground, you underestimate my power. Yeah.
What is happening?
He's reading his chat.
Of course.
to avoid those, just update your damn software. I hate it as much as you do, but like two-factor authentication, we got to do it. All this stuff, it's there for a reason, because we live in...
Bro, I love describing Stuxnet, powerful the state actors are, and then turning around and being like, yeah, and that's why you need two-factor authentication.
Yeah,
Are
almost
you
like this was a
insane?
dumb video.
Mm-hmm.
He took him instead of just saying
First of
firewalls
all,
and
that's
shit. He
great.
was talking
Yeah.
about fucking
Two-factor is good
castles.
for like criminal elements, even though you can. There's workarounds on that front too, and you should definitely do that for the record.
For the record.
But it is funny to mention that in this process, while simultaneously talking about, state actors and how they have decided if they want to get into your phone, they can. Sure. Random criminal script kiddies, yes. Like people that try to do social engineering and SIM swiping, yes. Two-factor authentication will help you. And I don't mean with your phone number. I mean like with a separate, not an SMS two-factor. I'm talking like a separate app.
Authenticator app.
Okay. Obviously, the most protective thing that you can do is have like a physical key. It's called a YubiKey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Play the video now, please.
Bro, there's 4 minutes left in the video, Hasan.
It's better
play the
if
video.
you simply have Google. I mean, not better. Sorry, it's less secure, but still relatively secure. Most of these things are basically security theater. Okay.
Oh my god, he's not going to finish the video.
Locking your door.
He's not going to finish up. He's not going to finish the video.
Break into your house. They don't need to just like break through your door, but locking your door makes it so that there's at least one layer of protection. Most security is just security theater. It's not about definitely 100% keeping people outside. It's more so about making it as like annoying as possible. Make it as difficult as possible to break in.
Yeah, it's like filling out job applications.
Yep, he didn't even finish the video.
Epic, bro. Don't look at my back. Don't look at my icons in my background. It's spoilers for new videos. Just fucking hang up on us randomly, bro.
Unbelievable. Why would he do that?
Wow. Didn't I tell you? Remember when I said we have to watch this video? It's so funny. Is that fucking epic? How bad that video was. Literally, like until the end, he wasn't talking, and then he ended up not finishing it because he finished eating his schnackums and had to argue with chat.
Oh man,
Epic.
we're never going back on his stream.
You famously said that the name Fredo was like the N-word for Italians.
Yes, that was a mistake.
Are you aware of a CIA psychological profile about you, sir? Would you be interested in hearing what the CIA had to say? This secret study portrays as a brilliant but dangerous megalomaniac who is likely to pursue his own aims in disregard of U.S. interests. He's an uncertain ally. Shall I go on, or would you prefer that I stop, sir?